The Democrats want freedom. We want liberty. Two such ideals and wants cannot coexist in one nation, and thus some form of civil war must ensue. Hello, my fellow Americans. Welcome to Liberty Prime, where we talk about politics and crap. I'm your host, Aaron, and you may ask yourself, wait, aren't freedom and liberty the same thing? And to that, I say no. With freedom, you can do whatever you please. In liberty, you have restraints. You have the freedom to murder another person, but you do not have the liberty to do so. When most people say freedom, in actuality, they are referring to liberty. These two ideas cannot coexist together, because one is prohibiting the other. In the United States, all our troubles can be traced to the coexistence of these two ideals in our politics. The cause of our Civil War can be entirely summed up as freedom versus liberty. The Democrats have always wanted freedom, whereas the Republicans recognize that there must be restraints on freedom. Using the example of the American Civil War, the Democrats wanted the freedom to do as they pleased, and so these libertarians formed their own nation, where they would have, in theory, the freedom to do what they wanted. The North technically did infringe on the South's states' rights, but they did so in the name of liberty. The North knew that we cannot and should not have the freedom to do whatever we want, because then we would have the ability to harm others. The South wanted to have the freedom of slavery. The North wanted the liberty of humanity. In the modern day, the battle of freedom versus liberty has never been so prevalent. Every single political argument rises from freedom versus liberty. Do we have the freedom to kill unborn children, or are we to apply liberty and not kill unborn children? Pro-choice, or as I like to call them, pro-murder, say that it's the woman's choice. They say that is their freedom, whereas Republicans know that the principles of liberty are against murdering others. Should we allow immigrants the freedom to enter our country without any guidelines, or shall we keep the liberty of being one nation under God, not one nation gone under? Shall we allow transgenders the freedom of being a man when they are indeed not a man? Or shall we apply liberty and stand firm, asserting that a man cannot be a woman, and that you do not have the liberty to force others into calling you a woman? Are we to have the freedom to choose whatever we want, or the liberty in denying ourselves harmful activities? Will we preserve our liberty in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, reminding ourselves of why we fight? Or are we going to tear that down under the notion of freedom of choice? This list goes on, and it cannot continue any longer. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Freedom and liberty must be enemies, because liberty puts restraints on freedom, and freedom wants to do as it pleases. A civil war is indeed going to happen. It may not be thousands marching together in formation, fighting until the other side disappears. It could be a cultural civil war. Ideas themselves are going to be rooted out until one side prevails. Either way, there will be some level of violence via various skirmishes happening in cities and towns and hills, or it could be a full-scale war. We are not states united. We are this unified faction that has agreed to remain together for some reason. That is something that cannot continue any longer. One side has to be ruling, and not the other. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe, and share it with all your friends. Don't forget to check out my blog, theconservativeteenager.wordpress.com. This is Liberty Prime, signing out.